Okay. It is Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. Your favorite crypto vlog as usual. Back again. Stop right now. Give me a like on the way in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Dropping new coins, new narratives, new categories of crypto every single day, bringing you value. So hit the bell button, subscribe, hit the bell button all, so make sure you get all the updates. But today, I got something special for you guys. I'm going to be giving you guys the Alpha Series, episode 1. So what I usually do is I give you guys a video about a specific coin, and I do try to make it, as comprehensive as possible. I always bring you guys information about the wider market, BTC's price that day, how the altcoins are doing, and I try to provide you guys with some alpha just for people who don't really care about that particular coin, but they have a reason to still watch the videos. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing that, but I'm also going to be starting this series called the Alpha Series. So it's not going to be about a specific coin, but I'm going to be giving you guys some alpha in each episode. Today's episode is about having a plan, right? Having a plan in crypto and why it's important. So before we get into that, let's get into the wider market as usual. We got BTC sitting at around 40,800 as of the recording of this video. Now, which I told you guys once we get into that $40,000 range, I will be worried about going lower. And now we keep hitting that $40,000 range, the lower range of the range I've been telling you guys. We've been between 40 and 40K and 44K for the past, over a month. And now that we keep getting to the lower part of that range, if you know anything about technical analysis, you know that the more you keep hitting your head on a level, bumping your head on that level, it's going to break through. It's going to break through more than likely, okay, in most cases. So when it comes to us, keep hitting that $40,000 range and going back there, eventually we're probably going to break through and, go lower into the 30Ks. Ew, I hate to say it, 30Ks, yuck. We don't want to talk about 30K, but you never know. Dips are built in the game. You know anything about crypto, dips are in the game. You have to be prepared for it. You have to be ready for it, and you have to accept it. Either you be prepared with buying, or either you be prepared to hold. Okay, because at the end of the day, if you're in a bull market, dips pretty much go up higher after the dip is over with, right? So in a bull market, you get at least 5 to 7 30% dips in a bull market, right? So that's something you got to be prepared for, right? So we keep bumping on that $40,800 range, and I think we're gonna break through it eventually. Okay, if we do get into that into the 30,000s, yuck, I hate to say it, ew, but if we do get into that range, I'm looking at 37,000 to be the first support, because we were around we were stuck at around 36 to 38K a while back, over a month ago, and we had that area as a resistance, and then we eventually broke through it. So now that we're coming back down, or if we come back down into that range, I'm looking for that $37,000 level to be an area of support. Now, if we don't hold that, if we break through, then the lowest I think we can go is around 33K. That's my low target, because we have a lot of confluence in that area. That was a very important area that we broke through, not only in this cycle, but even in the previous cycle, in the last bull run. That 30K to $32,000 range was very, very significant. That's why I told you guys as soon as a few months ago, as soon as we broke through 30K and then we broke through 32K, I said, guys, we're going to 48K. And then we eventually did go to 48K. A few months later, and now we're going back down. But if we do get break past that 37K, then I think that 33K will be an area of support, because it was an area of resistance in the past, very important area, and I think that will be our support. Now, I know I got some of you in the comments, and one of the guys in the last video said that there was a fib level at 27K. I don't even want to talk about the 20Ks. I do not even want to talk about the 20Ks, guys. Let's not talk about that. We're still in the 40,000s, guys. We're still in the 40,000s. It's not like, let's not go too far, right? So yeah, that's my thesis of the market right now. The only reason why we're talking about the 30Ks is because we keep getting down to 40K. The more we, keep hitting that level, we keep bumping our heads against that level, I'm thinking that we're going to break through and go down. But we don't know. We have to wait and see, okay? But 37 should be an area of support. If not, 33, worst case scenario in my book. I don't know. Who knows, right? No one really knows, but that's what I'm thinking. We could, take off from here and go up to the upside. You never know, right? The alpha is in a bull market. You either buy or hold, right? If you either have money on the side to be buying up those dips in the alts, or you hold through it and you know what I'm saying, you reap the rewards later on because it always goes back up higher in the bull market, right? This is not a bear market. This is the bull market, right? So let's get into today's topic for today's video. Having a plan. Okay, do you have a plan in this market? Very important, guys, because a lot of people don't actually have a plan. I'm willing to bet that most of you guys don't even have a plan. I'm not talking about you guys specifically, my subscribers, but I'm talking about the whole crypto market, the wider crypto market. I'm willing to bet. I don't have the numbers or the statistics, but I'm willing to bet that 99% of people in crypto don't actually have a plan, right? And people always have this vague, ambiguous, plan of like, oh yeah, I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to make it big. I want to be financially free. But what does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? That means something different to every person, right? What is financially free? What is rich? What is wealthy? Is that 1 million, 2 million? Is that 500,000? Is that being debt free? What does it mean? It means something different to every person. So you need to have an actual plan. What is your number? What is the number you're trying to get this bull market? What is the target? What is your goal? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a goal, how do you even know if you've reached your goal? If you never had a goal to begin with, right? If you never had a concrete, specific goal to begin with, how do you know when your goal has been reached? It's pretty simple. There's a famous saying: if you fail to win, I ruined that. Let us go. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. All right. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And it rings so true, and especially in crypto, because a lot of people don't really have a number in their mind. They don't really have a number and say, hey, that's what I'm trying to achieve this bull market. And, when I achieve it, I'm out. Right. A lot of people just have these very big, lofty goals, and it's cool. Have lofty goals. You want to become a millionaire? Great. But the reality is, most people don't actually become rich in their first cycle. It really depends on what cycle you're in and how successful you were in previous cycles, because most people don't actually win in their first time around. You need to have realistic goals. Okay, like for example, if your goal is to be debt free, that's a really realistic goal. That's really good. I'm saying, like, I'm not saying it's impossible to hit it big and become a millionaire in your first cycle, but it's not probable. Okay, it's possible, but it's not probable. Okay, and you need to know the difference between the two. Okay, yeah, there are 1% of people, or 0. Like 1% of people who actually hit it big, and they hit a Shiba Inu, or they hit a crazy meme coin, or they hit whatever coins, and they consistently get 10x's until they become rich, and they sell and leave the market with money. That is a very, very small percentage of people, a small demographic. The vast majority of people either don't make any money at all or leave in the hole. That's a reality. They leave in the negative. Okay, a lot of people, their first cycle, don't even actually take profits, and they end up holding the bag until the second cycle. That's like the vast majority of what people do in crypto. So if you're in the first cycle, or if you're in your second cycle and you just didn't take profits in your first cycle, then it's good to have a longer term goal. Okay, for example, the person who says, listen, I'm just trying to be debt free, that's a very good goal, because you know what, like, your life can completely change by becoming debt free. Like, if you think about, a lot of people have mortgages, a lot of people have car notes, you have student loans, you have all this debt that is holding you back from really investing in yourself, investing in your future, investing in crypto. I know how it is. Like, you get paid, but you still have to pay off the car note, you have to pay the mortgage, the rent, you have to pay the student loans, you have to pay this bill, you have to pay that bill, and then by the end of the day, you don't have any money left to really invest in crypto other than $100 or $200, some small amount. You don't have money to invest in yourself, whether that's through education or through investments, and you don't, like, you'd be surprised the type of happiness that you would get by being debt free. Like, I believe, I don't have the numbers for this or the statistics, this is just crypto faceless facts, but I believe you could actually be as happy as a millionaire when you're debt free, right? Because you have the actual surplus of money, to actually, invest in yourself. right? Education, invest in your education, invest in crypto, invest in the stocks, invest in your future. You actually have surplus to do that. It's not about being in the 9 to 5 rat race that a lot of people talk about the 9 to 5. But if you're a man, like most of my channel, I look at my demographics. Most of you guys are guys. Shout out to my female followers, but most of you guys are guys. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a man, it's not working a 9 to 5 is not the problem. The work is not the problem. The problem is that at the end of the month, you don't have any surplus because all of the bills and all of the debt and all the money that you have to pay throughout the bills and the rent and the mortgage and this and that, right? And you have little to no money to invest into yourself into the future, right? That's the problem. Okay. So, having a goal as simple as, hey, you know what? I need to get debt free. How much debt do I got? 100 grand. All right, I need to make 100 grand. I need to make 100 grand. That's my target. Okay, if I can make 100 grand, that's gonna vastly change my life by becoming debt free. That's a goal, guys. That's a goal. That's a very specific goal. That's something that you need to be shooting for. Okay. What else? You might. Okay. Another person might say, I'm not in debt. I don't have any debt. But look, I just got married. I got a kid. I got another kid on the way. I need to buy a house. Go find a house you're looking for. Go find out how much it costs. That will be your goal for the cycle. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, maybe the house costs 500K. I need to get 500K this cycle. All right. That's the number I'm looking for. That's my target. Okay. So when I say, I already have a house, but it would be nice if I had some investment properties that I could actually make some passive income on. Go look up those investment properties. Find out how much it costs. Have a target. At least you have a goal. You actually know when to get out of crypto because you've reached your goal. Okay. This is the problem. A lot of people don't have goals. They have ambiguous, vague goals of saying, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, I want to be financially free. That doesn't mean anything. Most likely, you're going to end up holding the bag. The market's going to dump on you. The bull run's going to be over. It's going to be the next bull market or the bear market, and you're going to be holding the bag through a 99% dump in your altcoin. That's just the reality of most people in crypto. I wish we had the statistics, but I'm willing to say 99% of people actually go through this. Okay. So you need to have a number in your mind. It's number one. Okay. Number two, just because you have a number in your mind, you have a target, you have a goal, that's a very good thing. But just because you have that goal or that number amount doesn't mean that you have to exclude everything else. No, you also have to think about what time you're at in the market, right? You have to think about what time you're at in the market, right? I always say there's 4 stages in the bull market. You have the stage one, which we're at right now, 6 months pre-halving. And then you have 6 month post-halving, that's stage two. And then you have the end of the year, quarter three, quarter four this year, right? And that's stage three. And then you have stage four, which is 2025. That's the end of the bull market, right? So you have to actually think, all right, I have a target of 500K that I want to make, but it's now stage four. We're in 2025. All the FOMO, all the retail investors are in the market. Everything is frothy. Everything is crazy. Everything is euphoric. And I'm only at 200K. You need to now reassess your strategy. You need to now reassess your target. Like, guys, don't be dumb. Like, the market doesn't owe you anything. You take what is given to you. Okay. Your price target doesn't dictate what the market gives you. The market gives you what the market gives you. Okay. So you can't actually, have this imaginary number in your mind and stick to it. This is how people actually get ruined. They get wrecked because they, stuck on, oh, I have to make $1 million. No, you have to hit the sell button whenever before the bull market is over. That's the game that we're playing. Like, don't ever get it twisted. The game that we're playing is that you have to hit the sell button before the market's over. Okay, and you have to try everything in your ability to find out when the market is going to end before the market ends. That's the game that we're playing, guys. That's the game that we're playing. You have to understand that. Okay, so it's very important that you have a price target, but don't stick to the price target if we're at the tail end of the bull market. Okay, if we're at the tail end of the bull market. We're in quarter three, quarter four. At the end of this year, we're going into 2025, and you're nowhere near your target. You need to reassess your target. You need to reassess your target. All right, that's number two. And number three, you need to have a realistic portfolio for your target. All right, so let's say you have a target of 500K. What do I mean? You got a target of 500K. You want to buy that house or whatever it is you're shooting for, right? But you only have $5,000 in Bitcoin. Bruh, make it make sense. Make it make sense. You got 5K in Bitcoin, but you want to have a target of 500K. That 5K is not going to turn into $500,000. Not this bull cycle. I can tell you that for sure. You know what I mean? Well, I can't say anything for sure, right? But I'm willing to bet that you're not going to hit the target. You're not going to get anywhere near the target if you only got 5K in BTC, right? You have to have a portfolio that makes sense according to your target. So if your target is 500K, you might need to take that 5K and put it into much lower market cap altcoins, right? Because the way it works is the lower market cap coins are the ones that go up the most, right? But of course, with higher risk, with higher reward comes higher risk. High risk, high reward, right? So you have to be very careful, what low market cap coins you're going to put it into. You have to make sure that it's, very hyped project, good technology, good community activity. You got to, do your due diligence. But, I would be willing to, if I'm working with 5K or 10K, I'm going to put those into, my sweet spot. What I always say in my sweet spot is about, somewhere under $100 million market cap. I will put some at $20 million market cap coins. I'll put some at $50 million market cap coins. I'll put some at $75 to $80 million market cap coins. And I might put some at, some mid caps as well. But, you want to have a portfolio that consists of, lower market cap coins and not the really, really high ones, right? Top 10 coin is only going to give you, you know, maximum a 10x, give or take, right? So, if my goal is to make $1 million, for example, and I have, 10K, and I put it in Cardano, but Cardano maximum is probably going to get you, this hypothetically speaking, don't take this as financial advice, but Cardano, give or take, might do a 10x from here, right? If it does a 10x and you got 10 grand in Cardano, that's 100K. You're $900,000 off from your $1 million target, right? You have to understand. So your portfolio needs to make sense according to your target, according to your goal. It has to make sense. That's very, very, very important. And the last point I want to make, and the last, alpha I want to give you for today in this episode is that most people don't get rich in their first cycle, guys. I talked a little bit about this in the beginning, but that's just the reality. Most people don't get rich in their first cycle. The majority of people actually don't even sell anything in their first cycle, right? But the people who are successful don't see it as a short-term get-rich scheme, right? The people who are successful in crypto see it as a more longer-term play, and they see it as, I'm going to play the cycles, right? Most people are successful in their second and third cycle in crypto. That's reality. Okay, I'm not talking about the 1% that actually hit it big on Shiba, the 1% that actually hit it big in this and that. No, that is possible, but it's not probable, right? But when it comes to your first cycle, if you have a realistic goal in your first cycle and you actually have a target, and let's say you come out with 100K in your first cycle, that's great. That's a great amount of money. What do you do with that? What happens is, what a lot of people who are successful and actually do think this way, they take their 100 grand, they hit the sell button, they actually make the profit, right? They hold it and they stay on the sidelines for another year and a half into the bear market. They wait for the bottom of the bear market and they deploy that 100 grand pre-halving in the next cycle. So now you're starting pre-halving the next bull cycle with $100,000 bag. All right, you're killing it. You're already starting the next cycle up. You're up. Okay, now you start the next cycle pre-halving. It's likely that you might actually 20x that bag, right? So you're 20x in that 100,000. What is that? That's 2 million, right? And then you cash out the second cycle with $2 million, right? Then you wait for another year and a half. You buy back in, that 2 million in the bottom of the bear market, and then you start the third cycle. You start that cycle with $2 million. Before you know it, in the third cycle, you're up $15-20 million. That's how people get successful in crypto. But the problem is, it's a very small amount of people that actually get that. Because the reality is the 99.9% of people don't have a plan. 99.9% of people think that crypto is a get rich quick scheme, or they're going to make millions in one cycle. And 99%, 99.9% of people don't have the patience to be around multiple cycles. Okay. I always tell you guys, I've been around since 2016, 2017 bull run, 2021 bull run. Now it's 2024 bull run, guys. You need to be around for multiple cycles to really be successful in this market. And you never know. You actually might hit it big. You might be the one that hit it big in your first cycle and actually make millions. And I actually wish that upon everybody on the channel. That's why I'm actually giving back on this channel. I want to see everybody successful and actually win in this market. And this channel is actually a way for me to give back and bring people up in this market and drop alpha consistently, which I've been doing on the channel. So if this is a video that you actually liked, go ahead and give it a like. And if you agree with the alpha that I brought in the video, or if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Or if you have your own alpha that you want to share with us all, let me know in the comment section. It is Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. I'm out, guys. Take care.